Hi guys, in my last video lots of you guys told me that you wanted to see a MAC eyeshadows video like my collection. And some of you guys suggested a slightly easier video which is my top 10 MAC eyeshadows, and I used to be absolutely obsessed with eyeshadows. I used to wear a pretty much full-on smoky eye during the day when I was about 17, and I'm really glad that I got out of that phase now because I'm really into natural makeup and keeping it pretty minimal, so I'm glad that I had that kind of little phase. It also gave me a chance to really look into MAC eyeshadows. I used to buy MAC eyeshadows any chance I got. I used to ask for tons of them for Christmas because they're really easy presents to get. Like, you can ask one person to get you one because they're not overly expensive as a present and they were like a good little stocking filler. So I've picked out 10. It wasn't that difficult. I knew exactly the sort of colours that if I was going to tell you guys, if you're looking to buy MAC eyeshadows, which ones you should really look into. They're not any crazy colours, they're all really neutral, bar probably one which is slightly daring. So they're definitely what I would suggest you guys to have a look into. So I'm going to start off with my most favourite. Now this is the eyeshadow that I'll be using in my evening makeup tutorial when I get around to filming it, because makeup tutorials are quite hard to film. So this is the eyeshadow. It's not actually an eyeshadow, it's a pressed pigment, but it is in Beaming. I thought it was limited edition, but I think you guys told me you can get these, and it's a gorgeous orangey, it's an orangey pigment with flexes of silver, and that silver not being gold, which you would normally assume that orange and gold would probably go a little bit better, that silver gives it an almost wet looking effect. That's Beaming there, and the reason that I chose this background today is just because it's white and then you can maybe see the colours slightly better, and I'm definitely going to do swatches and things, but hopefully you can see that there's just like some silver glitter running through this. So I don't do swatches very often, but that's it on my hand. As you can see, it is quite orangey based, but it looks stunning on the eyes. I have hazel coloured eyes, so it just really makes them pop. Following on from the orangey family, because like I said, I have really been enjoying using warmer orange colours on my eyes. This is the eyeshadow in Texture. I never hear anyone talk about this, and then when I went to buy Beaming, the girl that I was talking to was wearing this kind of orange colour, so since then I wanted a matte version of that just because it really warms up a smoky eye. You know when you're doing like a traditional Kim Kardashian smoky eye and you have that transition between like a dark colour in your crease and then your white or light highlight. Adding a colour in between like those two, a warm brown, really kind of softens the look. It makes that look slightly less harsh. So this is Texture. As you can see, I've hit pan. I use this under my lash line, I use it in the crease if I ever use eyeshadow. Like I said, I use it with smoky eyes to do that softening effect. I use it along with Beaming, which I'm going to show you guys in that tutorial. So I'm just going to swatch it for you guys. And like I said, this is a more matte version, but it's actually a velvet finish. I don't know a lot about the MAC finishes, but that's the colour there. So as you can see, it's pretty much a matte version of Beaming, and I hope you can see how gorgeous Beaming is. An eyeshadow that I used to wear sort of when I started going away from the really dark eyes. I used to do one colour all over the lid, smudged underneath, kind of like that Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen look. And Romp used to be one of my favourites, and again it's like a warm, a lovely warm brown. It doesn't, I wouldn't say it's got tons of gold in it, but I don't really love Woodwinked by MAC, which some of you guys who are into MAC eyeshadows might really gasp at that, because I think it's a little bit too, it turns a weird orange on me. I like orangey colours, but I don't know, there's just something about it I'm not really into. But Romp to me is like a more wearable goldy colour, and it's the third one there. So it has got a little bit of, I wouldn't say shimmer, but it's not matte, and it's a really lovely colour. Like I said, if you want to do a kind of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen look. What I would call the cooler version of Romp is Patina, and again I've hit pan on this. I used to use this a lot with Satin Taupe when I used to be a lot into the cooler colours, because at one point I was really into like a cooler tone, and then all of a sudden I got into a really warm tone of colours. As you can see, Patina is that colour over here. It is really cool toned, and I would just say that it's a brownie champagne. It looks really nice with Satin Taupe. Satin Taupe back in the day was so hyped up. It was just like the colour that everyone would get. And again, I'm going to swatch it next to Patina. So this was a little combination that I would wear as a sort of smoky eye with some black liner, and it's the bottom colour. And it's a beautiful kind of mushroom colour almost. It has a lot of purple in it, but also it has a little bit of brown, like if I look in the light. I really do hope that my choice of setting was good, because I think the lighting here should be really quite good. So that is Satin Taupe, and I did used to also wear that just all over the lid, smudged underneath with some black liner in the waterline, and it used to look incredible. Again, it really makes like the green in my eyes pop, so it's that little bit of purple in it which does that, which again I really like. If you like a more shimmery colour, a little bit similar to Beaming but less hard, like less obvious, another really nice colour that I used to like is Tempting. It's almost like Romp but with a little bit more shimmer, and I'm just going to swatch it for you guys. That is the colour. I really like, now that I'm looking at these, I'm getting a little bit nostalgic, because I really did used to like doing smoky eyes on myself a lot, and it's sad that I don't really get to do that. But as you can see, all these MAC eyeshadows are super pigmented, and it's the top colour over there. It is slightly darker than Romp, which is this colour here, but it has a really similar effect if I come closer. What looks nice as well, if you don't want to do a really heavy smoky eye, is Romp all over the lid and then Tempting in the crease. That looks really nice. I'm going to leave all the names of all the eyeshadows listed that I talked about in the order, so in case you're not getting them as I speak, because I have a tendency to speak quite quickly. Another like Mary-Kate and Ashley Euston colour, which I used to use tons, my hands are so dirty, is Mulch, and Mulch is a reddy brown. I used to absolutely love this for nights out and stuff as well, and it's a gorgeous colour. It's quite dark, and like I said, I used to use this all over, really smudgy. I think it was Tanya from Pixie 2 Woo who did a tutorial like yonks ago with this, and that's where I got the idea of getting this. But it did used to be one of my favourite eyeshadows. I'm actually shocked I haven't hit pan on it. And this is Mulch, and it does have a lot of red in it, but it is actually really flattering. Again, if you've got blue eyes, I think that would really make your eyes pop, like Mary-Kate and Ashley Euston. Another colour, I think this was my first ever MAC eyeshadow. I think it really is, because first of all I've hit pan on it a lot, and this is Bronze, and as the colour would suggest, the name, it's a lovely bronze colour, and I used to use this with any sort of smoky eye I would do. Oh my god, now that I'm swatching it, it's really beautiful. It's a really soft eyeshadow. Some of them, obviously, the textures are different, but this is a Frost. And it's really smooth now that I'm swatching, and this is the colour over here. So there isn't great differences in lots of these that I'm talking about, but hopefully you guys are getting a good idea of them. I really like that for underneath the waterline. A highlight that I used to love, and I've really hit pan on this, is Shroom by MAC. This is one of those colours that you don't really need to buy from MAC. I'm sure you can find a champagne from Natural Collection, from the drugstore. There's some bourgeois colours that I really like. But Shroom just used to be one of those that used to be really easy to blend, and I used to use it as a highlight. I actually have Vanilla, again by MAC, which is really popular. And it's a matte, and I don't like a matte highlight on my brow bone unless I'm using a flesh coloured powder. I don't like a really light matte colour. I'm not sure why, I think it's just one of those things. But Shroom just used to be a really gorgeous champagne, if I can even swatch it, because there's like none left. It's hard to swatch, but yeah, I can't really swatch it properly. You can probably see it better on my hand, so that's Shroom over there. And then lastly, this is probably the most daring colour, and I really used to like this when I was wearing, like, because I used to dress more simply back when I was younger and I wasn't really into fashion, I really used to play up my makeup, and I used to love this on days when I just wear like black, and like I said, I have hazel eyes, so a colour like this makes them pop. It has a kind of orangey tinge to it, but it's a green, and it's Sumptuous Olive, and I really like the name as well. And this is the colour, and it is a really interesting green. Swatch it again. I can see almost like an orange brown running through it, and that's it on my finger there. It's gorgeous and really soft to use. And this again, just with a brown like texture, which is the orangey colour over here. would look so amazing together. I actually should do that because I think it would look really good. But it's not overly green. If you were looking really closely, you could tell. It's almost Club in the fact that, Club is another MAC eyeshadow, in the fact that it's slightly got this duochrome effect when you pop it on the eyes and it looks different in the crease. Just slightly, not as much as Club by MAC, but I never did get that MAC eyeshadow to work on me, but Sumptuous Olive is a really nice one if you're into not too daring of a colour but you want to use something a little bit more interesting. So I hope you all enjoyed watching that video. I love MAC eyeshadows, and I think if you're getting into them it's nice seeing what other people are thinking about them, and I'm sorry there weren't any crazy colours, but I'm a neutrals girl if I'm using eyeshadow. So also, if you like the makeup that I've got on today, because I have gone slightly darker on my lash line, I can do a get ready with me video where I'm doing this makeup. So I'll see you guys all very soon. Love you lots. Bye!